We are the crystal gems. We'll always save the day.
Alright folks, it's weird time. We're doing big things. Steven Universe attacked the light. I tried starting this recording a couple days ago and it crashed, which sucked. But what actually turned out to be great was it ran an update about a day after it crashed, and one of my concerns about this game originally was that it was too easy. And now we've updated it to have game difficulty. So we get to play on Diamond mode this time, which I'm very excited about. It's the first time I'm doing that. And I am doing this solo because no one on the team likes Steven Universe like I love Steven Universe, so let's get to it. Alright, so this is just a basic tutorial mission. If you really want to learn how to play the game, you can just watch the screen. I'm just going to go on a bit of a rant while this happens. And that's about some of the Steven Universe fandom and how it's bullshit. I don't know if you ever heard about this story a while back where there was a girl who was drawing fan art of the show and drew Rose, Steven's mom, as skinny. Now, I understand why it's great that Rose is a big character, especially given the fact that she's supposed to be the sexy one. And I think that is important. It's a good form of representation for a lot of people. But this girl got a lot of shit for it, to the point that I don't remember if she attempted suicide or just wanted to commit suicide. Off the top of my head, it's drawing a blank. But if a child, this was a child, she was under 18, is drawing art and then being led to suicide, someone needs to chill the fuck out. And there's a few reasons for that. One, because we're supposed to be decent human beings. Two, maybe this girl, that's just what she sees Rose as, and that's fine. She's not an animator for the show. It's never going to affect the show. Maybe that's just what she's into. And I don't want to say most importantly because that's not true, but also importantly is that if the fandom for a show gets somebody killed, the show's probably going to get canceled. So if you're a Steven Universe fan, which is great, don't drive people to suicide, regardless of circumstances. If people are drawing fan art online, and you don't like it, shut the fuck up, and move on. If you see someone write a Tumblr post that's like, fuck Rose cause she's fat, fuck Steven cause he's fat, you know, all these characters should be skinny, blah blah blah, yeah, alright, unload on them. But if they just think Steven would look cooler as a tall skinny guy, fucking whatever. There's absolutely no reason for you to care. I actually should have been talking about that right there. There are some instances in the game where it will give you a series of choices. Normally, you can pick one or the other and they're both technically correct, and they will just appeal to one gem or the other. And if you appeal to Garnet like I just did, she'll gain some experience. There will be other circumstances, which we'll see in a bit, where you can appeal to, say, either Pearl or Amethyst, and then it'll give them experience to the relative person. There are some times, like just right there, and actually what's coming up right now, where there is a right and a wrong answer. In that case, you want to just usually say the thing that makes the most sense, but I, for the most part, am just gonna try and play the part of Steven. So yeah, here, like, maybe Amethyst would think we should beat it up, but probably not. So, since I showed off how smart I was to Pearl, Pearl gets some experience. I'm just gonna try and play the part of Steven when I answer questions. Alright, now I think we're just doing an item tutorial. Let's see if that's what ends up happening. Steven says... yeah, okay. So this is an item tutorial, so I'm gonna keep talking. If you're on the other end and you don't quite understand why Rose being big is important, then that is understandable. But representation in television, games, movies, whatever, is important to a lot of people. And that's one of the things Steven Universe does really well, is you have fat characters, big characters, whatever you want to call them. Garnet, well, technically being red, is obviously supposed to be black. Even though officially none of the gems have any gender, all the ones that show emotional or physical attraction to other gems are obviously supposed to be gay. All their pronouns are female. You know, Greg's a single dad, Connie is Indian, that actually has a family with some traditional Indian values to them, but are also very modernized. So if you want to see something cool about Connie, look up her outfit from Sworn to the Sword, and then just Google Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, and keep in mind that Piccolo is supposed to be Indian, or of Indian style descent, I think. And I know it's Sikhs that wear the turbans. I'm pretty sure Sikhism is biggest in India.
Ooh, I know.
Could be wrong, and if I am, maybe I'll just edit this out so that I don't look insensitive and incompetent. But I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're getting some treasure. Got Cookie Cat, which is basically a potion, as you already would have seen after that fight. Now we're gonna fight these bad fellows. You might have noticed in the tutorial it told me to trigger the time attacks when there is a star on the screen, or when either attacking or defending, but there are no stars on the screen. And I know you're thinking, yes, there are stars, you're an idiot, but those are actually stars triggering from the hit rather than before it. There should be another set of stars saying, okay, this is when you time your attack now, this is when you time your defense now. And that might be an issue. Like, you know, I've still got the memory of the attacks down, and that shouldn't be a problem. Some of the... Okay, so we're gaining a level here. This is an ability. It's going to give us a tutorial for that later, too. We'll worry about it then. What was I saying? Time attacks, stars. Yeah, attacking with the gem shouldn't be an issue. There might be a couple bad guys where I forget the timing a little bit, and here we have an example of whether I can impress Pearl or impress Amethyst. And since Steven's not a jerk, I am going to not say, hey, that rock looks like Pearl. Pearl's happy because I didn't insult her, which is great. So yeah, there are going to be some enemies that maybe I have to get hit by a few times until I actually have the timing down right, but that shouldn't take very long. Alright, time to bust this shit open with our key. Just a heads up for all the shit I'm talking about the show. It's not really spoilery. Talks about stuff in the show, but if I reveal anything about the plot, I will just censor it out. I do think most of you that have watched this, or are watching this, pardon me, have probably seen the show, but just in case. So, unless you are Frank Costanza and you need to go in fresh, I have not revealed anything all that important to you. Okay, so fighting these guys, pretty much every bad guy I'm just gonna punch with Garnet. Her attacks are by far better than the rest of the characters, which is kind of disappointing. I know in most RPGs there usually is a best character for the most part, which, you know, this is an RPG, the formula carries over. Unfortunately, it's too obvious because in the show Garnet is the strongest gem. I'm not going to get into why, because that is a spoiler, but just playing right off the bat, you're just like, okay, Garnet's the best, and so you just keep using her, and you are correct, and the fights become a lot easier, and there's a lot less discovery encouraged. Alright, level up. That's great. So usually when you gain a level, you're giving a stat bonus. Attack is pretty self-explanatory. Harmony's HP. Luck is your chance to critical hit, which normally I'm not a big fan of. It's a little better on Pearl, because her star point main attack costs 1 rather than Garnet's, which costs 2. So she is hypothetically attacking a greater number of times, which means a greater chance for critical hit. More often than not, though, you usually just want to gain levels into attack or defense or HP if you're getting your ass killed. Although things might change now that I'm on hard. Okay, so this is one of the cool things about this game, and I'm playing this game not just because I'm a Steven Universe fan, but because I love it. It's actually a fantastic game. And one of the really cool things about it is this fourth wall breaking. Because I love fourth wall breaking. I've always loved it. Deadpool, favorite superhero movie ever for that reason. And Steven is explaining game design. He is teaching us how to create an RPG. I think that's really cool. Alright, we're in a tutorial mode, I think. Yeah, okay. So it's going to explain how to use Garnet's new ability. So I'm going to go back to representation, which is what I was getting at before. Decided to hold off until we were in another tutorial. And I was talking about how some people might not understand the importance of representation. And, well, not everyone in minorities cares. You know, it's not your moral responsibility to care about that sort of thing if you are in a minority. But there are a lot of people that love it when they see a good gay character, a good black character, a good fat character, any sort of amount of things that we don't normally see outside of the white male. So if you're thinking that this is some Tumblr feminist bullshit, it's actually not, because it does make people happy. Okay, this is an item shop, and I think we're going to be given another choice here. Yeah, maybe. Try giving it a smack. Okay, yep. Alright, yeah, so here, once again, there's no correct choice technically. You can either help Amethyst or help Pearl. And Steven is not one to punch things, so what if we say hi? That seems a lot more Steven-y to me. Once again, Pearl's happy about this. She gained some experience. I guess there could be a concern that if this happens enough, I'm creating an imbalance in level gaining. But Amethyst is a shitty character anyway, so I don't really care. And it is time for another tutorial, because we cannot get through that door, so there must be something more to this. Steven notices the glowing on the left-hand side of the wall, which means secret room. Steven, once again, breaking fourth wall by talking about things that don't actually exist in the real world, because really you would have just seen the path through there. Anyway, this thingy in the middle is a healing spring. It gives full health. So some secret rooms are going to be sort of obvious like that. Typically those are the ones that you need to go to. Others will be less clear because they give you items like badges, which are the equivalent to relics, accessories, whatever you might call them in RPGs. This one gives us defense against blue and indigo enemies, which is as literal as it sounds. You gain defense against enemies that are that color, which just happen to exist in this dungeon. Alright, just gonna punch the shit out of these guys. Guys successfully punched to death. We should be gaining some levels now, I believe. Steven and Amethyst, yep. So let's take a look at Steven, who is only learning one thing. That's fine. I guess that's only for the first level. I know you can get one of many things for each of his next levels, and Amethyst learns an ability that is complete trash. But I will show it to you guys anyway at some point, just for the sake of showing it off. Now we are on to what I believe is the last level of this area? Question mark? You know what, I don't think this is. I don't think there's a chest at the beginning of the last level. Anyway, we get a bicycle helmet that will increase our defense in battle. Here we have a puzzle wall. And I believe this will grant us with a choice. One of which is wrong, one of which is right. And Pearl's very excited about gem history. Let's see what our options are. Yeah, one of these is wrong. I'm gonna say it though, because that is the Steven-y answer. And I'm sacrificing experience points for flavor. Pretty sure put thingies in the slots helps nobody. Or rather, say the secret password. That one's the bad one. It's the one I clicked. Everyone knows Steven's an idiot. And then Steven knows he's an idiot. Corrects himself. So we are off to find 3 rocks. You can see there was another obvious secret room there. And I think this is probably just a gemstone because it was so obvious. Let's take a look. Oh, no, it's a badge. That's actually a really good badge. So, chance to burn enemies. Burn, if you've played Pokemon, is basically the same as in that. If you have not, burn is basically like poison. There is also poison in this game. I don't know if there's actually a difference. But I put it on Amethyst because since her default attack hits everything, say you have 5 enemies. Holy shit, that thing is big. Okay, so I'm gonna start by breaking the defense on those 2 things, because once it's broken, they can't use their attacks anymore. So I'm not super concerned about killing them yet, but if I'm able to shut down 2 of the enemies, I only have to worry about the giant bat. I don't know how powerful that thing actually is, but I guess we're going to find out pretty shortly. A little terrified, but let's give it a smack. Oh wow. Oh wow. 2 damage, that's not great. Let's see what it does. Okay, 10 damage, that's fine. These guys can't do anything. So let's heal Garnet. No, let's break this thing's armor so I can actually deal more than 2 damage a turn. Now, gonna add some more star points. You can only use 1 item per turn, by the way. That is incredibly relevant. Well, let's try and burn some guys. Unsuccessful. We can't do that again, so I'm just gonna punch. We'll just kill these guys now. That way I don't have to worry about them coming back. I am supposed to be able to get that star. It's not working, I guess, because fat ass is in the way. So, can't do anything else. We'll just end the turn. If I still can't get it. No. Okay. Alright, he's flying up. That means only Amethyst's whip can hit him. I could play defensively, but I want to burn them. And I did. Nice, burnt both of them. Okay, so that'll provide me some extra damage every turn. Now, do I care about killing that thing? I'll try this. Okay, that did shit all. I probably fucked it up, but regardless, not the most impressive. And now, I'm just gonna heal Garnet. And yeah, okay, that thing exploded on itself. Holy fuck, did that say 51? 51 fucking damage? Are you kidding? Okay. I don't have any revival items. So, Garnet is dead for the rest of the fight. What am I gonna do? It is burnt, and it has lower defense. So I'm gonna give Amethyst some defense, because she has the lower HP. And now I'm just gonna spear him. See how that does. Okay, it's 3 damage, that's not bad. Okay, so we're probably just gonna spear him till the rest of the fight, so let's... Alright, end of the fight. Yep. We just spared him a whole bunch. We were able to make it out alive. Gain fucking no XP, are you kidding me? Oh, but we unlocked Throw Spear. That is a great ability. I love it, and we'll be showing that off very shortly. Garnet thankfully comes back to life on her own with very low HP, but that's fine. Okay, that's the revival item right there, Rose's Tear, the most depressing item name imaginable, if you do not know the context. Together Breakfast, strange name if you don't know the context, but very powerful item. And where are we going now? Yeah. Oh, here we go.
I know I'm not that tall, I know I'm not that smart, but let me drive my van into your heart. Let me drive my van into your heart.